Welcome to Georgia Tech Commencement. Guests, please welcome your graduates. Welcome to Georgia Tech Commencement. Students, please rise for the faculty processional.
Good morning and welcome. Buenos dias, bienvenidos. Please rise and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Please be seated. My name is Angel Cabrera, and I have the privilege of serving as Georgia Tech's president. Before we get started today, I would like for us to take a moment to recognize all veterans, active duty members, and first responders with us today. So if you have served in any branch of the U.S. military or have served as a first responder, please rise so we can thank you for your service. Thank you. Graduates, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families and friends, my heart is full as I welcome you to the 270th commencement exercises at the Georgia Institute of Technology. It is a true pleasure to be together in celebration of these graduates and their achievements. We have a few special messages for you today. The first one is from one of our graduating students. I'm pleased to introduce Anand Girdhar, a Ph.D. candidate in aerospace engineering, who will give the student reflection. Congratulations.
Wow, what a sight. So many PhD students and professors all in one place at the same time. Usually, this would require free food or a deadline. Good morning, family, friends, faculty, and staff. It is an honor to have you celebrate this moment with us today. And to my fellow graduates, congratulations, doctors. As we sit here today in these golden robes, proud and excited for what comes next, it's worth taking a moment to remember where we came from and what it took to get here. Because today is the recognition of years of sacrifice, perseverance, and growth. And while our schedules, labs, and methods may have varied, our journeys were similar. We worked through breaks and holidays and missed trips home. We flinched at the question, so when will you be done? We know what it means to stay up late preparing conference presentations, to receive pages of feedback from advisors, and then after 87 versions of our manuscript, be rejected by reviewer number 2. Yet day after day, we kept going and going and going, curious, disciplined, and building the humility and resilience this journey demanded. We mastered a body of knowledge and contributed to it, and have come to understand PhD comics on a deep, personal level. We've changed mentally, emotionally, and professionally, forged into stronger people. Today is not just about the expertise we've gained. It is about the character we've developed. So take a moment and be proud of all that you've accomplished. And as meaningful as this achievement is, none of us reached it alone, even if it felt lonely at times. So professors and mentors, thank you for guiding us, for challenging us, and believing in us. And family and friends, thank you for your sacrifice, patience, encouragement, and love, even when it was hard to understand us. Today is as much your graduation as it is ours. Graduates, this moment is not only a milestone, but also a reminder of our privilege and our responsibility to use what we have learned with integrity, to lead with compassion, to support those who come after us, and to leave our fields and communities better than we found them. You are ready for what comes next, not because the road will be easy, but because this journey has shown you who you are and what you're capable of. So friends, whether you've been here for a few short years or have walked past Tech Green for the past decade, soak up every last moment because you've earned it. Congratulations once again, Georgia Tech PhD class of 2026. When you hear the whistle today and ramble on to your next adventure, remember this: no matter where life takes you, you are, and always will be, a Yellow Jacket.
Thank you, sir. Congrats again. Thank you, Anand. So, indeed, you're becoming a Yellow Jacket, and that means that you're now a part of the impressive family of Georgia Tech alumni. This is a very large and unique community of leaders, of innovators, of thinkers and doers who are making a difference across our state and around the world. Many of them are here to celebrate your success. I suspect our alumni here appreciate your accomplishment perhaps even better than anyone, and they may be part of the reason why you're here. So to all our alumni joining us today, please stand so we can recognize you. I love it. I even recognize a few repeat customers among you. That's great. Love it. Now, to welcome you all formally into the Fellowship of Georgia Tech Alumni, I'm pleased to introduce Dean Sheehan, a management graduate from the class of 1991 and the president of the Georgia Tech Alumni Organization.
Thank you, President Cabrera. As a fellow Yellow Jacket, it gives me great pride to say, graduates, you are now members of one of the most powerful and coveted networks in the world, the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. You are alumni, along with, by the way, 227,000 plus other Yellow Jackets across the globe. They will be your closest Tech family members. Now, growing up, I used to hear folks say something, and I didn't really quite know what it meant. They would say, the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. Well, when I got to Georgia Tech as a student myself, I knew immediately what they meant. And so graduates, I know the hard work you went through to get here. And I, again, congratulate you on this great accomplishment. And it is a degree, as I don't need to tell you, that is highly regarded across the globe. And it is yours now, and we in your Alumni Association share in your pride of that accomplishment. And while we as Yellow Jackets and individuals are unique, we share some common traits from our time at Tech. I think you can all relate to these. What do we share? We share the ability to problem find, problem solve, and then to persevere. And so, when we work together to take on life's biggest challenges, we can. When we set out together to change the world, we will. And when we join together to make a difference, we do. And one of the biggest ways that you can make a difference is through roll call. Now, for 79 years, Georgia Tech's Fund for Excellence has positively impacted both current students and future students. And you may notice some graduates are wearing the roll call pin as part of their regalia. So I say thank you to you. You students have already given to roll call to support the students who are coming behind you, as well as our Transforming Tomorrow campaign. So thank you for that. We also share the value of community. That's what I want to bring to you from the Alumni Association side. No matter where you go across the globe, you will find other Yellow Jackets who will be ready to open doors for you. Just 2 Thursday nights ago, we had 95 events across the globe on one night. No matter what country you were in, pretty much we had a group of Yellow Jackets gathering. So that awaits you. And the only thing I believe more powerful than your degree are the relationships that you're going to take with you, those folks sitting to your right and left. And we encourage you to get involved with the Alumni Association. We're going to provide you with job leads, networking opportunities, events on campus and in your local communities, and future friendships. As was just stated by our Ph.D. graduate, Georgia Tech will always be your home. And we want that Alumni Association also to be part of who is with you for a lifetime. So I say, welcome to the alumni family, friends, and go Jackets.
Thank you, Dean. All right, so I know some of you may be tempted to take a little break from all this learning, maybe 4 or 5 days without reading a paper or something. But after those 4 or 5 days, I have a plan for you. We're actually, we're very happy to announce this is a new thing. This is an experiment, and you're the subjects in this experiment. The College of Lifetime Learning, which we launched this past year, has created an online space so you can continue to learn everything you're curious about, anything you didn't have time to do while you were here. This new platform, which we're going to begin to roll out and announce, is called Georgia Tech Infinity. And because you are the testers, the beta testers of this, the College of Lifetime Learning is gifting you a 1-year subscription to this when it launches next month. So help us clean up all the glitches. This is a big bet from Georgia Tech to make sure that we support people throughout their lifetimes of continuing to learn. So welcome to a lifetime of a life of learning after these 4 days off or 5 days. This weekend, we celebrate 7,129 graduates from Georgia Tech's class of 2026. Whew. We will be awarding 3,128 bachelor's degrees, 3,755 master's degrees, and 226 doctoral degrees. The doctoral candidates that we honor today represent 36 countries and a whole multitude of disciplines. Together, yes. If you think about the talent contained in this room, together, these scholars know how to build satellites and robots, bridges, medical devices. They can create and run businesses. They can help shape better policies. They know chemistry, biology, psychology. They can mine intelligence from complex data. They understand how markets work, how governments work, what our collective history teaches us about our future. These people have traveled the world. They can communicate in dozens of languages. They have learned to listen to others, to respect what others have to say, even when they disagree, especially when they disagree. They have learned to work with and learn from people who are different from themselves. They're confident, capable, creative problem solvers. They have learned the power of collaboration. They have been empowered to lead. And for all those reasons, I'm extremely, extremely hopeful about the future. But for all of this power to make a difference, there is something that we all need to remember, and is the two words on our seal: progress and service. These two words define us as a community and signify our belief in the power of innovation and ingenuity to serve a greater purpose, to improve the human condition. Here's the deal: we don't believe in technology for its own sake, but because of its potential to help people live better lives. Some of you are joining or have already joined well-established companies and will help them do better. Others, increasingly, more of you will create your own startups. Some of you are bound for careers in academia. Others will join government. I know you'll be successful, whatever you choose to do next. But remember that true success will not be measured by how much money you make, but by the value that you create for others. Now, don't get me wrong. Money you will make. Some of you, a lot of it. And when you're rich and famous, remember that our Alumni Association knows where you live. Dean will keep track of you, and I will find you. I'll remind you where you went to school. I have a beautiful building waiting for your name on it. But seriously, what will make you proud, what will make your family and all of us proud, is what you did to lift others up and to make a difference in our world. No pressure, as we like to say around here. We can do that. And I know you are ready to take on any challenge that might come your way. Today, we celebrate you, your accomplishments, your potential. I want to thank you in advance for having chosen a career of science and research when some question science and research. We need you to continue on this path. The world needs you. As said before, I know that here in person or following us online, we have family members, friends, and colleagues whose support has helped make this day possible for you. These new Yellow Jackets know perfectly well they wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, and for that, we thank you all. I also want to thank the faculty and staff members who have guided and mentored these students, who've offered their time, their wisdom, the expertise to help them reach their fullest potential. No, they didn't do all that to you to make you suffer. There was a plan to make you grow. Maybe you'll reach that conclusion in a few years. Actually, I would like to ask all members of our faculty to stand up so we can recognize you for your work. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues, for a job well done. Now I'm honored to introduce some members of our leadership team who are joining me here on the platform. Please hold your applause as they stand when I call their names. Tim Lewin, our Executive Vice President for Research. Larry Jacobs. Some of you did not pay attention to my instructions. It's okay, it's a free country. Larry Jacobs, Executive Vice Provost for Education. Steve Ruffin, Associate Dean, College of Lifetime Learning. Vivek Sarkar, Dean of the College of Computing. Mustafa Amar, Chair of the School of Computer Science. Amanda Murdy, Dean, Avon Allen College of Liberal Arts. Aaron Levine, Associate Dean, Avon Allen College of Liberal Arts. Ellen Bassett, Dean of the College of Design. Alexander Lurch, Associate Dean, College of Design. Suman Ghosh, Senior Associate Dean, Scheller College of Business. Renee Jameson, Associate Director of Graduate Programs for Scheller. Laura Cadonati, Associate Dean for Research, College of Science. Doug Williams, Interim Dean of Engineering. Matthew Block, Associate Dean, College of Engineering. Leslie Sharp, our Dean of Libraries. Michelle Reinhardt, Vice Provost for Faculty. Jenna Stone, Assistant Vice Provost. Joy Obabisi, Assistant Vice Provost of Graduate Education. Lolo Hong, Vice President of Student Engagement and Wellbeing. Abigail Tumpe, Vice President of Institute Communications. Danette Jocelyn Gall, General Counsel, Vice President of Ethics. And I wish I could interpret this handwriting, but there's somebody else that is not Richard Utz from the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts. Whoever this mysterious person is. Oh, you're, okay. We love you too. But you can say it's a big party. No one wanted to miss this moment for you. So thank you. Now you can applaud for all of them. Thank you all. I know some of you may not believe it, but we're all fully aware of how hard we have made you work to cross the stage. We understand the obstacles you overcame these past few years and congratulate you on crossing the finish line. Now, you may know that I've played different roles at Georgia Tech over the years. I've been a student, an alum, a parent, an advisor, a president now. Even I met my wife, Beth, here. So I know very well that being a Yellow Jacket is something very special. A Georgia Tech diploma is something that you will treasure for the rest of your life. It will be transformative. It was for me. And like so many other doctoral students throughout the generations, I can proudly say that nothing I have accomplished in my career would have been possible without the opportunities that Georgia Tech gave me. So now it's your turn. You are forever connected to this great institution, and we cannot wait to see the great things you will continue to do. It's time to look ahead, to push forward, to go out and make a mark on the world like only Yellow Jackets can. Congratulations, class of 2026. And for those of you who may be a little sad that you're leaving Georgia Tech, the speaker that I've invited to give you the last address is the proof that your path may bring you back one day. In fact, it's someone who sat in your seat as a master's and Ph.D. graduate of Georgia Tech 29 years ago? 29 years ago. It still looks like a kid. He returned to Georgia Tech this year as Director and Senior Vice President of one of the most important research organizations in the nation, that is the Georgia Tech Research Institute, or GTRI. Mike Gazarik is a nationally respected aerospace and research leader. He has led large, complex organizations in government, industry, and academia, has shaped strategy, has driven growth, he has built institutions that deliver mission-critical innovation. His career includes senior leadership roles at NASA, including being the Director of Engineering at NASA Langley Research Center, and he was the inaugural Associate Administrator for the Space Technology Mission Directorate. In industry, he spent 8 years as Vice President of Engineering at Ball Aerospace, leading its strategic growth from an elite science contractor into a strategic national security asset that doubled in size. Today, as Director of GTRI, Mike oversees more than 3,000 employees and nearly $1 billion in annual research. GTRI has been around for more than 90 years. It's a foundational part of Georgia Tech and our research enterprise. GTRI accounts for 2/3 of the Institute's total research activity, and it is the largest employer of Georgia Tech graduate and undergraduate students. We are proud and delighted to welcome Mike back to Georgia Tech to lead GTRI, and I'm honored to have him here today to address our graduates. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mike Gazarik. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you, President Cabrera, deans, faculty members, staff, friends and family, and of course, our graduates, Dr. Graduates. Let me offer my congratulations to you on your journey. As mentioned almost 30 years ago, I too was in your seat, along with my friends and family, and what a glorious day. I got out. You got out too. And I came out a much different person than when I started. Georgia Tech transformed me, and I suspect it transformed you too. Through my two thesis advisors, Dr. Ed Kamen and Yari Wardy, who I just now learned were not making it hard. They actually had a plan, according to President Cabrera, but I learned how to write precisely through Ed, and I learned how to talk on my feet and think through Yari Wardy. Being part of Georgia Tech is why I returned here to campus. Since that day, I've had a joyful career in aerospace and engineering management. Experiences at MIT Lincoln Laboratory, some of you may know that a little bit better as the Georgia Tech of the North. Startups, NASA, Ball Aerospace, and the University of Colorado as a faculty member and director of the engineering management program. And now back at Georgia Tech, where I'm so proud to lead the world-class Georgia Tech Research Institute. My journey spans first-line management to executive leadership, including one of the top 7 leaders at NASA, and as a business executive for almost a decade at Ball Aerospace. So today, let me share a few insights and lessons learned from this journey, but along with some references I think you might find useful. You will lead a Ph.D. degree from Georgia Tech, the top public school in the nation by almost any meaningful measure. And you will almost certainly be leading special people, fellow engineers and scientists. So let's consider leadership for a few minutes. Author and world-renowned thought leader Brené Brown states something like this: we go about thinking people are rational and on occasion display some emotion, when in reality, we're emotional beings and on occasion display a rational thought. Leadership is often thought of in terms of facing adversity, and leading through challenges and tough times certainly is an admirable skill. But let's take a minute to savor the good times and the triumphs like today. Take a minute to breathe, relax, really take on what you've accomplished. Reflect on the journey, the prelim, the qualifying exam, starting the thesis, writing the thesis, editing the thesis, and of course, finally, the defense. Take a minute to savor the present. Along those that are with you today, friends and family, they are certainly an important part of the journey. My wife, Michelle, is here today. She was here almost 30 years ago as well. An important part of the journey. Take a minute. I know I didn't. I don't recall much of that day, and I certainly don't recall the speaker. I suspect you won't either. But before you focus on the next steps, your new role, perhaps a new city, a new organization, that's where my thought was back then. Moving, packing, a new life in Boston. We just had our second child, Kelly. Take a minute to savor the present. My colleague and friend, Professor Ron Duran, captures the importance of savoring the moment in his award-winning book, Forging Metal. It's a great read, and it can help you with your leadership journey. So savor today. Like many Yellow Jackets, I was and am a get-it-done engineer. Much Yellow Jacket pride accompanies that approach, and it served me well in my career. And while at NASA in 2005, I was furiously working to return the space shuttle to flight after the Columbia accident. I was leading a team to develop a handheld infrared camera that would be used by astronauts on a spacewalk to inspect the wing of the shuttle. We had developed a technique to identify subsurface damage using thermography, and we were in a race to develop, test, and certify for use of the camera on the next flight, STS-121. I was pushing the team hard. A colleague of mine over a cold beverage said, "Mike, I give you this. You get things done." And I thought, right, I know, I am. I'm a Yellow Jacket. And then he said, "But could you be more graceful?" Graceful? I had never considered being graceful. Through my subsequent leadership journey, I continue to work to be graceful in my approach to getting things done. So to you, I offer this. Yes, get things done. Be useful. And be graceful in your leadership style. Stephen Covey, in his book, Truth and Inspire, one of my favorites, says, "People don't care what you know until they know that you care. So care and be graceful." At an investor meeting while at Ball Corporation, we asked our large institutional investors from Wall Street, real Wall Street masters, to come in to review our strategy for the company. You know what they said? We focus on a company's culture, not the strategy. It matters more. And indeed, as Peter Drucker has been famously quoted, culture eats strategy for breakfast. I have found this to be true in my journey. We have a wonderful culture here at Georgia Tech. We care for each other. Be a culture champion. Often in our technical community, we see this. We see a technical champion. You know them. They know the system, the product better than anyone else. You feel like you really can't operate without them. But they're culture killers. Coach them or move them out. And don't you dare be a culture killer. If I find out I'm working with President Cabrera, we're taking back the degree. You are no doubt a top technical performer, as evidenced by your presidents today. Ensure you are a culture champion. Kim Scott, in her book, Radical Candor, describes a culture where you care for each other personally, but you can challenge each other's ideas and thoughts directly. That is how you get better. Dramatic changes are happening today in culture, the environment, the economy, within the federal government. And so, appropriately, resiliency is the #1 focus area in leadership today. You may be facing adversity right now in your own journey. The ability to stay calm and centered to allow your best leadership game to come forward is essential. And Doctors Emily and Amelia Nagoski, they discuss 7 things that you have to do to exit your stress cycle in their book, Burnout, The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle. A cycle perhaps triggered by an event at work or within your personal life. You know the feeling when you're bothered by something, from an action or an exchange of words, or perhaps a decision that impacts you. Your heart rate increases. Perhaps the same thoughts circle in your head. You can't think your way out of the stress cycle. You must do. You must do one of 7 things. Exercise, creativity, art or music, a discussion with a close friend or partner, laughter, crying, affection, and breathing. You can't think your way out of the cycle. You must do. Developing your resiliency game is critical in both your personal and professional life. And the 5 Practices of Highly Resilient People by Dr. Taryn Marie Stetskal provides the basics of your game. Practice vulnerability, productive perseverance, connection, gratitude, and possibility. The importance of starting your day reflecting on what you're grateful for and what the possibilities of the day may bring is well known. Do you journal every day? You should. Start today. What a great entry this will be. You're about to embark on your next chapter of what I hope is a joyful career. Successful, almost assuredly. Now make it joyful. As a first step in any new chapter, consider the game plan described in Michael Watkins' The First 90 Days. I've used it in my many transitions to a new role, including the one I started here as a director of GTRI a mere 80 days or so ago. Have a plan to learn your new organization, a learning plan, a conscious plan to learn the people, the processes, the culture of your new organization in a prioritized manner. And assess the type of role that you're stepping into. Is it a startup, a turnaround? Are you being asked to accelerate growth in the organization? Perhaps realign it? Or perhaps all is good and you're asked to maintain success. The first 90 days are critical as people get to know you and you get to know them. So remember, savor the success and the wins. Get things done gracefully. Be a culture champion. Stay centered and resilient and focus on your first 90 days, Dr. Jackets. Make it a joyful career. Congratulations and enjoy your journey.
Thank you, Mike. So now we come to the time you've been waiting for, the hooding and the conferring of your degree. So walking across the stage and receiving your hood represents the culmination of a great deal of hard work. I ask that after you receive your on-stage recognition, you return to your seat, but for a couple of reasons. One is to show your fellow students the same respect they've given you. Second is because at the end I will make the degrees official. If you're not in the room when I do that, I have no idea whether your degree will have all its powers. So don't go anywhere. Now I'm pleased to welcome our provost, Rahim Villa, who will present the candidates for doctoral degrees. Rahim?
Thank you, President Cabrera. Candidates for doctoral degrees, please rise and remain standing. That's y'all. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting you those candidates for doctoral degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees.
Dr. Yu-Hao Wang, advised by Enlu Zhou. Dr. Mangqi Lo, advised by Ashwin Pananjati. Dr. Tianjiao Li, advised by George Lan and Ashwin Pananjati. Dr. Caleb Joshua Zhu, advised by Guanghui Lan. Dr. Bar Alouf, advised by Carlos A.R. Sajimelu. Dr. Krishna V. Acharya, advised by Juba Ziani. Dr. Christopher Satia, advised by Gregory Durgan. Dr. Krishna V. Acharya, advised by Juba Ziani. Dr. Juntao He, advised by Daniel Goldman. Dr. Aishwarya Galot, advised by Lakshmi N. Sankar. Dr. Maria Catalina Granada, advised by Frank Rosenzweig. Dr. Arshay J. Grant, advised by Dr. Ingeborg Schmidt-Cray, Ph.D. Dr. Mickey Chisholm Namdi, advised by Mei Dongmei Wang. Dr. Junior Ben Tamo, advised by Mei Dongmei Wang. Dr. Candace Halia Moore Washington. Dr. Abdallah Ikbariye, advised by Shengxi Dai. Dr. Junkai Wang, advised by Yorai Wardi. Dr. Yiye Chen, advised by Patricio A. Vela. Dr. Xinyuan Cao, advised by Santosh Vempala. Dr. Anirudh Sarma, advised by Umakishore Ramachandran. Dr. Janice D. Cabrera, advised by Mitchell L. R. Walker. Dr. Lee Witcher, advised by Jonathan Rogers. Dr. Pranav Schreeder, advised by Marilyn J. Smith. Dr. Brendan Michael Oates, advised by Marilyn Smith. Dr. Anant Girdar, advised by Jeff Jagoda. Dr. Sean Philip Engelstad, advised by Grain Kennedy. Dr. Alexandra Gail Schuler Richards, advised by Dr. Christopher Saldana. Dr. Mizan Rahman, advised by Dr. Rosa Arriaga. Dr. Shambhavi Ganesh, advised by Pamela T. Bhatti and Shrini Tridandapani. Dr. Diana Catherine LaFollette, advised by Juan Pablo Correa Baena. Dr. Martin Gomez Dominguez, advised by Juan Pablo Correa Baena. Dr. Natalie Lauren Cannon, advised by Steve Bigowski and Anna Erickson. Dr. Timothy Allen Brumfield Jr., advised by Jadev P. Desai. Dr. Ling Chi Jin, advised by Vahid Sarpushan. Dr. Maher Raed Sada, advised by Holly Bowser Heaton. Dr. Matthew Jackson, advised by Douglas Williams and William Melvin. Dr. Srinivas Vivek Bokisa, advised by Jorge Macedo. Dr. Michelle Jane Reckner, advised by Iris Tien. Dr. Hannah Nicole Herndon, advised by Iris Tien and David Frost. Dr. Miran Berhanu Belachu, advised by James David Frost and Chloe Arson. Dr. Abhinand Chandran Regimon, advised by Hyunsuk Shim. Dr. Anuradha Gautam Trivedi, advised by Hyunsuk Shim. Dr. Monica Lucia Monhe Loria, advised by Neha Garg. Dr. Skylar Jean Lama, advised by Kareem Sabra. Dr. Madeline Mamer, advised by Alex Robel. Dr. Nathan Mark Blackburn, advised by Dr. Christoph J. Farney. Dr. Abigail Marie Hagwood Wright, advised by Dr. Christoph J. Farney. Dr. Kamisha Renee Hill, advised by Raquel Lieberman. Dr. Gwen Thomas, advised by Raquel Lieberman.
Dr. Alexis Janae Johnston, advised by Adegboyega Oyilere.
Dr. Josie Annette Hickman, advised by Robert Dixon. Dr. Anna Elizabeth Thompson Perez, advised by Amit Reddy. Dr. Cheyenne Phillips, advised by Amit Reddy.
Dr. Young Ho Choi, advised by Surak Sara.
Dr. Wook Jin Choi, advised by Ajit Rohatgi. Dr. Amanda Jamay West, advised by Daniel K. Molzon. Dr. Samuel Andrew Talkington, advised by Daniel K. Molzon. Dr. Luke Baird, advised by Samuel Coogan. Dr. Christian Yanis, advised by Samuel Coogan. Dr. Sarah Alice Frederickson, advised by Tom Kelly. Dr. Christian Thomas Lockyear, advised by Srinivas Garimella. Dr. Michael Bassem Munir Abdallah Ibrahim, advised by Nagi Gebrail. Dr. Zaid Samer Salome. Dr. Kaylee Madeline David, advised by Rafael Davalos. Dr. Julio Pilar Arroyo, advised by Dr. Rafael V. Davalos. Dr. William Jonghoon Wan, advised by Tushar Krishna. Dr. Zishen Wan, advised by Arijit Ray Chaudhary and Tushar Krishna. Dr. Wei Jun Wong, advised by Sable Mukhopadhyay. Dr. Megan Andrews, advised by M.G. Finn. Dr. Valentino Blas Perez, advised by M.G. Finn. Dr. Kiran Premdat Kokilprasad, advised by Ghassan Al-Rajib. Dr. Lakshmi Narasimha Vijay Kumar, advised by Madhavan Swaminathan. Dr. Chinaza Ogbonna, advised by Nima Galachechian and Woon Hong Yeo. Dr. Preston Richard Bohm, advised by Zhuomin Zhang and Akanksha Menon. Dr. Ifan Wang, advised by Madhavan Swaminathan and Andrew Peterson. Dr. Lauren Moran, advised by Christopher Visa. Dr. Emily Christine Gleaton, advised by Richard Catrambone.
Dr. Cooper Droz, advised by Keaton Fletcher.
Dr. Marilyn Braujos Gutierrez, advised by E. Glenn Lightsey. Dr. Carlos Alberto Carrasquillo, advised by Anirban Mazumdar and Aaron Young. Dr. Haley Hilborn, advised by Annie Mazumdar. Dr. Andrew Hill, advised by Jake Soper. Dr. Daria Yahorova, advised by Dr. Lynn Camerlin. Dr. Nisa Marie Morgan, advised by young Charles Jang and J.M. Patel and Edward Balog. Dr. Agam Shah, advised by Sudhir Chava and Chao Zhang. Dr. Ruoqi Gao, advised by Hamid Garmestani. Dr. Mohammad Sajjad Abavisani, advised by Vince Calhoun. Dr. Ali Amir Nasiri, advised by Hamid Garmestani and Carl Jacob. Dr. Roshan Chad Titus, advised by Dr. Rosario A. Gerhardt. Dr. Amay Agrawal, advised by Alexei Tumanov. Dr. Peyman Behnam, advised by Alexei Tumanov. Dr. Suhwan Kim, advised by David Hu. Dr. Tony Lemos, advised by Harold Kim. Dr. K. Kwan Lee, advised by Dr. Yunan Xia. Dr. Mengdi Wang, advised by Bo Zhu. Dr. Bolin Lai, advised by Solt Kira and James Ray. Dr. Fiona Kelleher Ryan, advised by Judy Hoffman and James Ray.
Dr. Belaine Martine Worthaley, advised by Matthew Block and Christopher Roselle.
Dr. Chirag Vivek Kaushik, advised by Vidya Mudhukumar and Justin Romberg. Dr. Kuo Wei Lai, advised by Vidya Muthukumar. Dr. Tyler Matthew Labonte, advised by Vidya Muthukumar and Jacob Abernethy. Dr. James Xiongyu Zhong Manus, advised by Thomas Orlando and Joshua Kretschmer. Dr. Nitish Rajnish Sontake, advised by Sehun Ha. Dr. Joanne Terry Kim, advised by Sehun Ha. Dr. Manisha Natarajan, advised by Dr. Matthew Gambale. Dr. Maithili Patel, advised by Sonia Chernova. Dr. Jacob Creed Blevins, advised by June Ueda. Dr. Daniel Nkemalu, advised by Michael L. Best and Irfan Essa. Dr. Harish Kashyap Haresamudram, advised by Thomas Plotz and Irfan Essa. Dr. Advik D. Vera, advised by Philip First and Zhigang Jiang.
Dr. Bai Wang, advised by Harry Wang.
Dr. Ling Mai, advised by Julie Ann Champion. Dr. Jong Soo Jennifer Lee, advised by Ravi S. Kane. Dr. Henry Jacob Cantrow, advised by Natalie Stingelin and Carlos Silva. Dr. Amisha Patel, advised by Pamela Peralta Yahya. Dr. Shivank Shukla, advised by Professor Rampi Ramprasad. Dr. Yunshuan Zhang, advised by Dobromir Ranev. Dr. Vishal Sharma, advised by Neha Kumar. Dr. Jasmine Cherie Forest, advised by Amy Bruckman. Dr. Marshall Blake Fry, advised by Lauren Garton. Dr. Matthew Davis Lamsey, advised by Madeleine E. Hackney. Dr. Jennifer Farrell, advised by Sam Brown. Dr. Melanie Helene Quiver, advised by Joseph LaChance. Dr. Imran Ali Shah, advised by Lakshmi Prasad Dasi and Alessandro Veneziani. Dr. William Alexander Calhoun, advised by Hang Lu and Robert Butera. Dr. Anna Kerr, advised by Hang Lu and Sally N. Dr. Janak Sharda, advised by Shimang Yu.
Dr. Omkar Fadeka, advised by Shimying Yu.
Dr. Jungyun Kwok, advised by Shimang Yu. Dr. Taylor Allen, advised by Dr. Stephen Spriggle. Dr. Malik Anthony Blackman, advised by Dr. Misha Leigh Schaffner and Dr. Camden A. Chatham. Dr. Kaun Su Kin Zaw, advised by Sankar Nair and Misha L. Schaffner. Dr. Nechenok Megan Yuta Saxenthorn, advised by Professor Shankar Nair. Dr. Anush Venkataraman, advised by Sankar Nair. Dr. Victor Brando, advised by Karsten Sievers. Dr. Jacob Allen DeWitt, advised by Dr. Karsten Sievers. Dr. Mingyu Song, advised by Christopher Jones and Ryan Lively and Karsten Sievers. Dr. Kelly Joanna Badia Nunez, advised by Andreas Bomarius and Marcus Cicerone. Dr. Gloria Calhoun, advised by Eric Schatzberg. Dr. Alejandra Ruiz Leon, advised by German Vergara and Carla Girona and Amit Prasad. Dr. Madeline Drosendahl Burbasov, advised by Demetrios N. Mavris. Dr. Victor A. Yang, advised by Dimitri Mavris. Dr. Paul Wong, advised by Dimitri Mavris. Dr. Shi Wong, advised by Dimitri Mavris. Dr. Mohammed Omar Abyad, advised by Dimitri Mavris. Dr. Mariam Imara, advised by Dimitri Mavris. Dr. Raghav Dangayach, advised by Yongshang Chen. Dr. Chengchao Xiao. Dr. Zhuoyi Zhang. Dr. Gabriella Kabul Masad, advised by Rebecca Levitt. Dr. Donggan Oh, advised by Laura Hansen. Dr. Nia Opal Myri, advised by Andres Garcia. Dr. Alisa Beatriz Nieves, advised by Andres Garcia. Dr. Jinyong Choi, advised by Vladimir V. Tsukruk. Dr. Pradosh Pritam Dash, advised by Kostas D. Arvanitis. Dr. Robert Joseph Nikolai, advised by Stanislav Emelianov. Dr. Samuel Medeiros Araújo Moraes, advised by Stanislav Emelianov. Dr. Joe Fang, advised by Amit F. Koskin. Dr. Yiming Sun, advised by Pinar Kaskinajak and Lauren Steimley. Dr. Hayden Boone, advised by Mathieu Dahan. Dr. J. Monica Jong, advised by Ankur Singh. Dr. Ritika Jain, advised by Krishnendu Roy. Dr. Ming Xuan Yao, advised by Brendan Saltaformaggio. Dr. Haichuan Xu, advised by Brendan Saltaformaggio. Dr. Runza Zhang, advised by Brendan D. Saltaformaggio. Dr. Wei Ming Ding, advised by Vigor Yang and Yingjie Liu. Dr. Ibrahim A. Bilal, advised by Eunhwa Yang. Dr. Gan Shan Lin, advised by Zhaohui Julin Tong. Dr. Veronica Margot Paez, advised by John E. Taylor. Dr. Anthony Hung Cho Lim, advised by C.K. Chris Wang and Grishma Agastya. Dr. David Alexander Carpio Gonzalez, advised by Shahim Azim Duji. Dr. Ignacio Rodrigo Bartol, advised by Shaheen Azim Duji and Mauricio Tano. Dr. Emmanuel Mate Matecole, advised by Dr. Shahim Azim Duji. Dr. Mingyu Guan, advised by Tae-Soo Kim and Anand Iyer. Dr. Eugene An, advised by Melin Liu. Dr. Zoe Nellie Gastelum, advised by Cassidy Sugimoto. Dr. Ifan Liu, advised by Omar I. Asensio. Dr. Niraj Palsule, advised by Marilyn Brown. Dr. Junmi Jennifer Kang, advised by Dr. Juan D. Rogers. Dr. Jimena Pizarro Borre, advised by Gregory B. Lewis and John P. Walsh. Dr. Adam Joseph Kashia, advised by Alex Endert. Dr. Alexander E. Bendek, advised by John Stasko. Dr. Abhishek Vasisht Bhaskar, advised by Paul James Pierce. Dr. Mehmet Akif Alar, advised by Casey Witchman and Bobby Harris. Dr. Victoria Colette Alar, advised by Matthew E. Oliver and Casey J. Witchman.
Dr. Sadat Urs, advised by Shitakshi Dongde.
Dr. Haley Beth Hassler, advised by Lauren Williams. Dr. Christopher Zhang, advised by Brian Hammer and William Ratcliffe. Dr. Ian James Clester, advised by Jason Alexander Freeman. Dr. Khan Sanchak, advised by Umit V. Kadalurek. Dr. Jai Mundra, advised by Mohit Singh and Swati Gupta. Dr. Myung-un advised by Alejandro Torriello. Dr. Yujia Xie, advised by Nicoletta Sherban. Dr. Trevor Kicklighter, advised by Timothy Lewin. Dr. Lin Yun He, advised by N-He Song. Dr. Saurabh K. Chaudhary. Dr. Dahe Han, advised by Santanu S. Day. Dr. Ali A.Q.M.Q. Abdeen, advised by Turgai A. Year. Dr. Jorge Alberto Huertas Patiño, advised by Pascal van Hentenbreek. Dr. Kartik Sharma, advised by Srijan Kumar. Dr. Zhixin Song, advised by Dr. Spencer H. Bringleson. Dr. Shinhai Pan, advised by Shuwei Zhang. Dr. Benjamin Hoover, advised by Polo Chow. Dr. Yun Soo Sun, advised by Christina Shalley. Dr. Chenxing Lee, advised by Levi Wood and Aaron Buckley. Dr. Sarah Bittarafan, advised by Levi B. Wood. Dr. Yitong Yang, advised by John Oshinsky. Dr. Henry Chianama, advised by Dr. Flavio Fenton. Dr. Mikael Jonathan Toy, advised by Flavio Fenton. Dr. Alex Jacob Warhover, advised by Roman Grigoriev. Dr. Marvin Joshi, advised by Manos M. Tensaris. Dr. Hani Al-Jamal, advised by Manos Tensaris. Dr. Moses Oluchukwuma Naji, advised by Eric Matthew Vogel. Dr. Mohammed Mainul Islam, advised by Azad Naimi and Asif Khan. Dr. Nashra Afroz, advised by Asif Islam Khan. Dr. Sarang Joshi, advised by Greg Turk and Yarek Rosinyak. Dr. Benjamin Reichman. Dr. Anthony D. Beaver, advised by Marciel Taifair. Dr. Gregory James Dorgant, advised by Dr. Michael Leamy. Dr. Songwook Woo, advised by Konstantinos T. Konstantinidis. Dr. Ashley Nicole Boone, advised by Christopher A. Ledantek and Carl DiSalvo. Dr. Alexandra Teixeira Riggs, advised by Nora Howell and Richmond Wong. Dr. Matthew L. Phillips, advised by Ryan J. Sherman.
Dr. Brianna Shai, advised by Patrick McGratch.
Dr. Tucker James Lancaster, advised by Patrick McGrath. Dr. Nikesh Manish Kumar, advised by Patrick McGrath. Dr. Kiera Elise Franklin, advised by Carmela Haynes. Dr. Jiaoyu Wang, advised by James Roberts. Dr. Na Liu, advised by James Roberts.
All right. So let's make this official. Will all graduates please rise? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Georgia Institute of Technology and by authority of the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I now confer upon each of you a doctoral degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and I welcome you into the company of scholars. Please join me in congratulating these impressive new Georgia Tech PhDs. And just one, thank you all. We just ask that the graduates remain standing as our party recesses. Then I invite all of you to join in the singing of the greatest fight song in the world, the Rambling Wreck. Graduates should remain in their seat until the conclusion of the fight song. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day.
Thank you for attending Georgia Tech Commencement. Guests, please meet your graduates outside the building. Go Jackets!
Thank you for joining us. Students, you may exit back out the way you came or behind stage. Faculty advisors, if you left something behind in freshman gym, please exit out the way you came so we can get you back to your stuff. Thanks and have a wonderful day.